Tropicana Field tonight. Rays wrapping up their series against the Toronto Blue Jays. We're headed into the home half of the 6th inning. Dwayne Stats and Joe McGrain with you. Rays picked up a couple runs in the 5th. We'll remind you, the brand new Beyond the Glory coming up Sunday night on Fox Sports Net. Get an inside look at one of baseball's most tumultuous careers, that of Pete Rose. Be sure to watch as baseball's Charlie Hustle is profiled in depth and close up Sunday night at 8 on Fox Sports Net. New pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, Bob Thiel, a right-hander, takes over for Joy Hamilton.
Well, you've seen a lot of Pete Rose as well as I have as well. What are your thoughts on Pete? You think he should be in the Hall of Fame?
I think he ought to be in the Hall of Fame, and if they have a concern about the gambling problems, they could say, well, you know, you can't work in baseball, but I don't think it should preclude him from being in the Hall of Fame.
I agree, which makes me rather irritated.
Yeah, it's scary when we start to think the same way. Fred McGriff, the first double-A hitter to face Bob Thiel, and the pitch is a strike. Nothing in 2. 2 quick strikes here. Thiel. Strike 3 call on 3 pitches. He takes care of Fred McGriff and picks up the strikeout.
Boatload of breaking balls, and this one was Uncle Charlie knocking on the back door.
Thiel, a young right-hander out of Philadelphia. There's a line drive, a low liner off the bat of Huff, caught by Asturias at second base. So a 3-pitch strikeout of McGriff and a low liner off the bat of Huff. 2 quick outs in the Rays' half of inning number 6. Rays bullpen had been busy, as you saw when Randy Wynn made that catch in foul territory in the top half of this inning. Doug Creek was throwing, and Jesus Colomé joined him. Now Randy Wynn bats against Thiel, and the pitch is a strike. Wynn singled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 and hitting .289. Now the pitch down around Randy's feet. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. There's Colomé, who's throwing alone now in the bullpen. Creek had been up. Colomé is loosening. Hamilton worked the front 5. Bob Thiel, 2 outs into the 6th. Pitch in on Wynn, who fouls it away. Randy's behind in the count, 1 and 2. Thiel is out of Philadelphia Textile University. A ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, and he thought he might have had strike 3 again, but a little bit wide, says Mike Everett, and the count is 2-2.
It makes you wonder why he didn't go into the textile business. Is that a trade school?
2 balls, 2. We'll have to ask Todd Callis to give us a breakout. Little chop back off the mound. Thiel in the throw to first. Look out over there. I don't know what Delgado was thinking.
I don't know if he was.
Wow, I mean, that could have been major disaster. As Thiel backed off the mound, turned and made that throw to first. Wow.
It looks like Delgado isn't even, I mean, it's like he thinks the play's dead.
It went on the helmet.
Well, you know what? I got to take that back, because from the angle that we had when we watched it, it looked like the throw was right on the bag, but that throw was clearly up the line.
Now, and watch Wynn's helmet.
Watch your potato. Wow.
So Wynn has a base hit the hard way. And here's Brent Abernathy taking a pitch inside. A ball and no strikes.
It's such a goofy looking play. It looked like Delgado just thought the play was over with, but the throw you could see was clearly up the line.
Yep. And the mystifying thing, the way it appeared the first breakout, is why would he react that way? Well, now we know. There's a ground ball down to third. Lopez will go to second for the forced play to retire the side. We're through 6, 5-2 Toronto.
With over 50 standard safety features, Nissan Sentra. Everybody wants to drive it.
Perry, come quick. The Scrap Daddy's just found a rear axle. Junkyard Wars is king, Perry. Look at that teamwork, that welding, that co-host.
She's a hottie.
Hottie? What are you, on shore leave? Why, she's a vision, and she knows her junk. Sort of a post-apocalyptic Jane Austen with welding goggles.
Junkyard Wars, Mondays at 8 on TLC.
Someday I will be with her, Perry, and we will live and frolic together in a junkyard paradise.
Captain Morgan Original Spiced Rum. Everything tastes better with a splash of the unexpected.
Rays are down 5-2 as we go to the 7th inning tonight at the Trop. 2 runs scored in the 3rd inning for the Toronto Blue Jays when Jose Cruz belted a home run, his 10th of the year, connecting off Ryan Roop. They got this controversial home run from Luis Lopez in the 5th. It really should have been a double. Fan reaching over, but John Shulock overruled 2 other umpires and called it a home run. Cruz later in that inning tripled home another run, and the Rays got on the board in the bottom of the 5th on the base hit up the middle by Steve Cox to make it 5-2. So it's 5-8-0 for the Blue Jays, 2-6-0 for the Rays tonight. Jose Cruz 2 of 3 with a triple, a home run, and 3 runs batted in. And Jesus Colome takes over for Ryan Roop, who, as you saw, had a career-high 9 strikeouts tonight, as Colome makes his 5th appearance. And the first pitch from Lopez is lined into left field. That's going to go to the wall, and Lopez will dig for a double and arrive standing up to open the 7th inning.
Maybe there's some genius in Lopez's approach. He wasn't going to wait around until Colome got loosened up around the century mark. He got that 93-mile-an-hour fastball and just jumped on it.
Rest of the numbers on Colome since coming from Durham. In relief of Roop. Roop a little over 80 pitches tonight. 6 innings. 5 runs, all earned. He gave up 8 hits, struck out 9, didn't walk anybody, and gave up 2 home runs. Now the number 9 hitter, Cesar Izturis. And he bunts the ball. Colome with a pickup. He's turning, going to third, and he throws it away. Lopez will score. Izturis heads down to second base, and he will stop there. And the Blue Jays pick up their 6th run of the ball game. Izturis all set to try to bump the runner over. That'll be a sacrifice and an error charge to Colome.
Well, first of all, you like his aggressiveness and having the confidence to try this daring play over at third. And obviously threw it really hard and really errant. But the thing you have to tell yourself in that situation, you have to be able to get an out. And now it's a real spot with no outs.
Izturis at second. nobody out, a run home. And Shannon Stewart, the top of the order, steps in. The pitch is a strike. You know, if you reconstruct that fifth inning, as much as was made of that missed call on the Lopez, what should have been a double called a home run, if you reconstruct the rest of the inning, they score all their runs anyway. You don't know if it works out that way, but they would have scored following what Stewart, Cruz, and Mondesi did after the home run call.
But you also don't know what the situation is going to dictate how the pitches or the hitters are thrown differently as well. I mean, you can
That's
go,
right.
yeah.
And so that's why you don't know that that would have in fact happened that way.
I just wish it was gotten right.
Yeah, and that's the idea. 2 strikes the count. And a little jam shot foul up the right side, holding the count at 0-2. Creek in the bullpen for the Rays. Doug Creek, the lefty. So it's now 6-2. Colomé working in his first inning in relief of Roop. Colomé worked an inning and 2/3 Monday in New York and gave up a home run to Chuck Knobloch. The 2-strike pitch and a foul ball back.
You know, I was really hoping that Ryan Roop was going to throw better. Obviously, if his stuff, a lot of those swinging strikeouts, 9 strikeouts, if his stuff is good enough to garner so many swinging strikeouts, I think he has to be disappointed that he was giving up those home runs and a lot of those extra base hits, because you think when you have that type of stuff on a night when all those pitches seem to be working, you wouldn't think that he would have given up so many extra base hits.
There's a shot back into center. Catch back to second as Torres will stop right there after the catch by Tyner.
And I think we've all been guilty of it when we see that we have the strikeout ball going. We get a little greedy. We want to rack up another one and another one. And it's an exciting part of pitching. But I think sometimes it gets you a little bit outside the flow of what you're trying to do as a pitcher. And then sometimes when you try to get a little greedy and put a little extra oomph on it, you get a little more wild in the middle of the plate. And I think that happened tonight for Ryan Roop.
Here's Jose Cruz now. And the pitch is high and outside. The other thing I wonder, Joe, it'd be interesting to get your thoughts on this. You know, in that 5th inning when he gave up those 3 runs, he gave up the home run to Lopez, which was really a double. And so in his mind, it's a double and not a home run. Shouldn't have been a run. And as it turns out, it should not have been a run. Should not have been called a home run. So that was number 1 in the inning. There's a strike. The other thing is, on the ball that Cruz hit, Vaughn got a glove on the ball, and a ball that you could argue could have been caught. And then Mondesi gets a ground ball through the left side on a ball that was not hit overly hard that went through the hole. And you're thinking, well, with a little more range, somebody on the left side of the infield makes that play. So there's 3 instances right there which may lend a pitcher to think, now I've got to strike everybody out.
Well, he'd like to keep the ball in his hand because the Rays have had difficulty catching the ball this year. It's certainly no secret they haven't helped themselves in many games defensively. I think your approach still has to be the same. Ryan Roop, I think, is going to be a good pitcher, a very good pitcher when it's all said and done. But I think he's going to be a ground ball pitcher, not a strikeout pitcher.
The 1-2 pitch is foul the other way. In at 97, the fastball, and Cruz got a piece of it. So the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. I think you're right, and I think ultimately that's one of the reasons that Hal McRae wants to concentrate on defense up the middle to try to protect those pitchers as much as he can. Because I really believe that the first order of business is to protect your pitching whenever you can.
the plays that should be made need to be made.
Yeah. A ball, 2 strikes. There's a hot shot, fair, back toward the right field corner. Here comes Izturis in to score as Cruz heads into second with a double. So Cruz drives in still another run. He has 4 RBIs tonight, and it's now 7-2.
The right fielder, number 43.
There may have been a little tip in location by Izturis as you see him right there. Watch him give a quick look here and then just give a quick little indication with his left arm. Now, maybe that's a little too subtle, but especially when the pitch was almost on its way. But oftentimes you'll see those base runners tip location very early. In fact, the Blue Jays have always been very famous for doing that, going back to the days with Joe Carter and Paul Molitor.
Now Mondesi up there, and the pitch is a strike on the corner to him. So 2 more runs have scored, and the Blue Jays again have a 5-run lead. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
You have veteran hitters and you have guys on base that are going to be able to tell you location if the ball's going to be in or going to be out, because hitters like to pick a side you can't hit on both sides of the plate. You have to either look in or look away or look off-speed pitch or look fastball. And if you can find out what location that fastball is going to be, that's going to make you a much better hitter.
Too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it certainly eliminates some of the guessing and helps your odds a lot. Right now, Colomé is ahead of Mondesi. A ball, 2 strikes. Cruz at second. And the pitch is down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cruz, by the way, back at second, has all the tough elements of a potential cycle tonight. A home run, a triple, and a double now. He's 3 for 4 with 4 runs batted in. A 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. 98 registers on that fastball. Mondesi is out on strikes for the 3rd time tonight.
Tough to climb on top of this one if you're Raul Mondesi, especially when it's tailing in on you. And that's one of those deals where, hey, that guy throws hard, and I have to tip my hat there.
2 outs in the inning. Now Carlos Delgado. Delgado is nothing of 3. A couple strikeouts along the way. Rays pitching with 10 strikeouts tonight and no walks. But they've given up 7 runs, 10 hits, and now they're going to walk Delgado. So Delgado here will be given an intentional pass. They have the left-handed bat of Fulmer on deck.
I tell you, that's what makes the game great, is being able to argue and talk about different strategies. The Rays have done a good job pitching to Delgado tonight. 2 strikeouts, and he popped up to the center fielder in the second. Is not the same hitter this year as he was last year, where he hit .344 and had 41 home runs. And you would think you'd take your chances with a guy who throws 98, but I think he's just going to play the left-right game.
Yep, Hal McRae's going to take his chances with the left-hander Creek as the Devil Rays make the Nextel call to the bullpen.
Relax, you got supplemental insurance.
What are you talking about?
If we get injured and miss work, we're covered for things like lost pay and other expenses with them.
With what?
Plus, they pay you cash. Great, huh?
Who does?
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
for a dollar? Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup.
Thanks.
Chevy Avalanche. Like a rock.
The Major League Baseball Clubhouse Store presents direct from the Home Run Derby, the MLB Authentic Collection All-Star Game 2001 Workout Day Jersey. Wear the jersey of your favorite MLB All-Star, McGuire, Jeter, Piazza, A-Rod, Sosa, Ichiro, and more. Call 877-636-GAME now and connect with this great-looking batting practice jersey for only 2 payments of $60. Only the best of the best will wear these jerseys. Order yours now. 877-636-GAME.
Blue Jays leading the Rays 7-2 in the 7th inning. Later on tonight on the Florida Sports Report, Ned Smith and Randy McAvoy are working on these stories. Jennifer Capriati, a big upset today at Wimbledon. Also, Venus Williams taking on Lindsay Davenport at Wimbledon tomorrow. And NASCAR returns to Daytona with a Daytona 400 set for this Saturday. All that and more on the Florida Sports Report tonight with Ned and Randy. Back to you, Dwayne.
Doug Creek is the new pitcher here for the Devil Rays, and he'll be facing Brad Fulmer. 35th appearance for Creek, 2-2 with a .389 earned run average. Two men on with 2 men out. 2 runs have scored. Colomé worked 2/3 of an inning. And now Fulmer. Creek throws him a strike. Rays got 3 innings out of the other left-hander in the bullpen, Jeff Wallace, in yesterday's game. The pitch. A little tap by the bag, foul at third. 2 strikes. First appearance for Creek since he pitched 2/3 Saturday in New York and suffered the loss against the Yankees in that 5-4 ball game. Two strikes to count. Now the delivery from Creek. He misses with it outside. 1-2. Rays finishing their series against the Blue Jays tonight. And they're down by 5 runs. The 1-2. Fly ball into left, sending Vaughn back. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. Blue Jays score twice. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 7-2 Toronto.
On July 18th,
We have a landing strip up ahead. You want me to put it down?
New Island,
Dr. Graf, you should come look at this.
new species,
What was that? The Tyrannosaurus? It sounds bigger.
new dangers.
It's a bird cage.
For what?
Jurassic Park 3. Rated PG-13. At theaters Wednesday, July 18th.
Hey, you ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
Is that cold enough for you?
It's cold, but it's not Coors Light. Brewed at the edge of freezing to lock in that Rocky Mountain cold taste. Coors Light. Ah, tasty. You don't date much, do you?
The realm of possibility exists in each of you. Here.
I'm going to help 3 people. And they do it for 3 more.
You're giving me a brand new Jaguar and you don't want anything?
Let's pay it forward. 3 big favors for 3 other people.
You can't just put 2 people together and make them like each other.
I can't.
Whatever happened to you, you look good to me.
That's why this is the one.
Pay it forward.
Just like this idea.
Playing this month on Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV.
7-2 as we go to the bottom half of inning 7 from Tropicana Field tonight. Rays and the Blue Jays going at it. And don't forget about the Rays summer baseball camps this year for campers 7 to 17. They're week-long sessions. They're going on right now. They're sponsored in part by the local Mitsubishi retailer, Pepsi, and Majestic. Just call 888-FAN-RAYS for info on the Rays Youth Summer Camps, 7 to 17. Mike DeFelice leads off and bounces one to third, scooped by Lopez, whose throw is high, pulling Delgado off the bag, but he gets the tag on DeFelice for the out. So Mike DeFelice, the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning as he faces Bob File. File in college was really a third baseman. Had only pitched and caught the attention of a scout when their everyday pitcher was ineligible. Andy Sheets bunts one foul, and that's going to fall out of the reach of Fletcher. Strike one. So I guess in that way, the academic misfortune of that pitcher led to File getting an opportunity.
He goes in to toe the slab in a 9-1-1 situation and is discovered. I mean, that's an interesting way for a scout to find a pitcher. Oftentimes, there would be like a better player on the team that scouts are looking at, and all of a sudden, because they happen to see that player in a lot of games, they see some of the other players, and they kind of get piggybacked into that situation. But an interesting story.
Now he has the jump on Andy Sheets. A ball and 2 strikes.
He's shown a real good curveball tonight.
There's another one. Strike 3 call. So Sheets is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts in the inning and 2/3 for File on in relief of Hamilton. There's more action in the bullpen. There's Danny Plesac, the veteran left-hander.
There's a guy who could be very valuable to a contending club.
Dan Plesac, absolutely. Jason Tyner, the pitch is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you'd love to have on your staff if you're contending. Ground ball headed to shortstop. Gonzalez has it. Throw to first in time to get the speedy Tyner. And we'll go to the 8th with the score 7-2 Toronto.